I'm going to have to cut that part out. All right. Hello, everybody. How are you today? It is a beautiful afternoon. I'm here at the golden hour. It's that afternoon time when it's not really that hot and the sun is starting to go down and it's cool and the breeze is coming in and it's just spectacular here in my garden. So I thought I'd check in this afternoon a little bit differently on my schedule because I was out and about today doing some marketing and promotions and networking, getting to meet people. And I realize I'm still wearing my button. Discover Puerto Rico is an amazing website. Our tourism bureau is huge here, bringing people to the island, and it was a business development event helping all the businesses connect into the tourists that are coming. And so I went because I'm a new business, but also because I really like to network and get people to love Puerto Rico as much as I do, because frankly, I've fallen in love with the place. And so that's what I've been doing today, out and about a little bit, out of the garden. But I made it back here to this magical time in the afternoon. It's going to be kick back, turn on some music, maybe even have a little glass of wine, and just enjoy the beautiful afternoon. So that's my golden hour story. And meanwhile, it is the beginning of a new week, and I wanted to pull out one of my antique art books and start off the week kind of looking at these again. And so I've gone back to my library bookshelves that I have and picked out one of the Horizon books. And this particular one is dated from the summer of 1969. So these are 50-year-old books, and they are just incredible. I appreciate them as a historian because this is history time capsule that I can literally touch and feel and dive into history and kind of use some of these ideas from the past to bring them into what my life is today, in this blend of what is old becomes new, because nothing is ever really new. It's really hard to have something new. Okay. Here, I got somebody asking me, where am I from? I am in beautiful Camuy, Puerto Rico this afternoon. I am up in Arriba, up in the mountains, and I've moved out to Camuy from San Juan because I had this idea that I needed to practice art and help people figure out how to be happy using art, and found this property and decided to move out here and open this business. So that's what I'm doing. And so thanks for asking. And I'd have to ask, where are you from? And I hope you'll subscribe and follow along with me. Okay. A couple more people saying hi. Awesome. I'm glad to have you on my feed this afternoon. I'm in beautiful Camuy, Puerto Rico in my Oasis de Artes garden. I'll walk around in a little bit just to give you a little preview here. No, we're not going to get into that kind of stuff personally. Okay. So back to my book here. This particular book, and this is an art history moment. Okay. This particular book features a very famous painter named Paul Gauguin. And Paul Gauguin here was friends with Vincent van Gogh in Paris back in the 1880s, 1890s in Paris. And what am I saying in the live? Can you not hear me? Hiya. Let's see if everybody can hear me. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay. I'm talking about art and including it in your life to make it better. And there's an artist named Paul Gauguin. Here is a self-portrait of him, so you can get a sense of what he looks like. And Gauguin went from Paris, France, back in the 1880s, went all the way around the world to the other side of the world to Tahiti. And he spent several years living in Tahiti with the island people, with the natives that lived there at the time, and painted pictures of the people. It was very different and exotic and really strange for everyone back in Paris. So he comes back to Paris with all of these paintings of brown people that are in the jungle and not wearing a lot of clothes and a lot of jungle imagery and, kind of wildlife, and caused major upheaval in the art world in Paris because he went to the other side of the world and brought this back. And so it's kind of an interesting story because today we're doing the same thing. We move around the world, we go different places to experience other cultures, and we fall in love with them. And then we use them in our lives and become like the people that we love because that's why we moved there. And it's interesting to me to just randomly, again, pull out these art history books, open up the book and see the same situation that I'm frankly experiencing myself here. Because I moved here, I've embraced the Puerto Rican culture, deep dive into it. I'm working on my Spanish. And I feel like Paul Gauguin. Suddenly, I'm like, this is really cool. Here's some of his paintings. So let's see if I can show some of these. Really beautiful. And this book, so here's, I'll do these slowly. And so you can see what I mean, that these are not your traditional French-looking people of the 1880s when they were all wearing big skirts and all covered up with hats and stuff, So here's this book that's just really cool, is that the book opens up. And has even more fantastic pictures on the inside of this really old book. And so I'm fascinated by this stuff because not only is it about the paintings, but then it's about the book and how art history or art teachers put books together, and then how the book sits around on a shelf in a library for 50 years and nobody looks at it, nobody sees it, the pages kind of stick together. But then you bring it out and it's like this magical, inspirational piece that's like, yeah, exactly. This is like, yeah. So I'm curious. Thank you, Yoko. Here's telling me they subscribed. I'm curious, what you think when you see these pictures. What is it that you can connect with and that looks like our world today? I was over in Isabella today, and this thing here is carved into a giant rock. One of the Indians, a big Indian head over in Isabella that could be this. And so these kind of images and this kind of representation of culture goes on forever. And that's what the arts do, is that they capture what people look like and feel like at a certain point in time. And then it gets to sit around and become art over decades and decades, and some pieces hundreds of years or thousands of years. And so this piece of being able to take something that's in your imagination and put it with paint into an image that represents something that you thought, but then you can touch it. And that's what I really am fascinated about and really want to encourage people to do. Take some crayons and a piece of paper and just start drawing. Take some paint and spray paint something, because it makes it different. We don't have to be stuck in this same in this same kind of boring lifestyle, because we have the arts. And so let me kind of turn this around and let me start walking around here a minute, because let me flip this around. The arts are magic. There's 7 different kinds of arts. And I've broken them into different times of the day. And this is in the afternoon here, we're doing stickers. Somebody said the word sticker. We're doing sculptures. I'm particularly trying to get this project back into gear as a palm tree. I have it pretty much laid out, ready to put it together. And then I keep getting distracted by all of my other projects. And I had said today was Earth Day. I wanted to make my palm tree. And so when I get off this feed, I'm going to go back to actually making my palm tree. It's Earth Day, and that's the sculpture I want to make. And back to the different kinds of arts. There's visual arts, which is painting and sculptures. There's decorative arts, which is when you decorate something that you use every day, like quilt patterns that go on blankets, like flags, wood carving, furniture, those kinds of things. There's performing arts, showtime, dancing, theater, music, poetry, reading, all that stuff, performing arts. There's literary arts, the actual poetry being written, the storytelling and novels and fiction being written, and creative work, movies, things like that you write. There's digital media, when you take the screenplay and you actually make it into a movie, which is kind of what I'm working on now with my afternoon here. Some of my palm trees. And what's the last one I'm missing? Oh, math. Yes, math is absolutely a type of art. Line and pattern, totally. This is my nature side of things, is represented in math. And culinary. The flavors that we eat, the spices, the recipes, the traditions of food are a huge part of arts and culture. And so every one of those pianonos that I love to eat so much is totally art and culture. I love these trees. I love this tree, these things. This thing's so cool. It's sticky. Ooh, it's sticky. I realized that was sticky. But this plant, so I have 7 kinds of palm trees, or 8. I can't quite count them all. I think there's 8. And I'm inviting you to come and join me here and make some art. Think about your life. Think about some of the things you'd like to change up in life. I enjoy solving problems with creative problem solving and critical thinking, when you really dig into problems to get the resolutions. And so I'm here. I'm ready to have people come visit me. The website is joywestpress.com. You can make reservations over there, as well as get some more information. I've written several books. They're available for sale on Amazon. Best Life Remix Kit and Mejora Tu Vida Club Remix Kit. Those are the basic framework for changing your life in a 3-hour period or a 5-hour period. I help people figure out how to be happy. So if you're kind of struggling, if you're kind of frustrated and you're not real sure what to do, we need to talk. Okay? So my golden hour here in the afternoon, I just wanted to walk around. This is a little bit of a different time zone for me. I'm usually on here in the mornings at 10 o'clock when I get started my day. The morning session is language arts, digital media, infinity math, and culinary. And then the afternoon is visual arts, decorative arts, and performing arts. with showtime in the afternoon. So that's what this is in the afternoon. Let's talk about money. I want to help people make more money. I've got a business development background. I like marketing. I like promoting people working together. So I'm here and networking and helping people improve their lives. So that's my story. I'm not, like I said, trying to give an update here in the beautiful garden in Kamui, Puerto Rico. Yes, this is a sugarcane field. Benito had them at the Super Bowl. I have it here. This is beautiful Puerto Rico. So add some art into your life. It is a magic spice, little jazz it up. And I'll be back here again tomorrow, probably in the morning. My digital media is supposed to be in the morning, but I wanted to get this out here today. I didn't want you guys to miss me. So it's a beautiful afternoon today. Now my sun's over this way and it's kind of cloudy. I'm not going to get the sun. So I'll invite you over here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Join, subscribe, all those things. Awesome. Have a great day. Bye.